Nanach, Nachmo, Nachmo Meyuman. Oy, blossoms of the spring, page 163, the war against Haman Amalek, with God's help, the 12th of Adar, 57:24, in honor of the President of Israel, the treasure of my eye and my heart, Mr. S.H. Z. Shazar, who merited with mercy and great miracles from God to feel a sharp feeling and to believe in the true tzaddik, Nachmo Meyuman, father of the sages and head of all the choice tzaddikim, singular in their generations, and who digs with powerful effort, they heart burning and blazing like a coal of fire, to enlarge and to publicize throughout the world the name of the tzaddik, Nachmo Meyuman, the master of the world, and the grace and glory and loveliness and beauty, the master of the world, and the grace and glory and loveliness and beauty of the whole world, who reveals and illuminates God's divinity to everyone in the world, and through whom will be the complete rectification of the world. May God finish what He began, and through whom will be the complete rectification of the world. May God finish what He began to do amazingly with you, such amazing wonders, until you will merit to behold the pleasantness of God, and the main rectification, until you will merit to behold the pleasantness of God, and the main rectification of the world in each and every generation, and the main rectification of the world in each and every generation is only through the tzaddik. Everyone knows that nothing is fixed in this world, and everyone will be forced to depart from here in the passing of a quick moment. For all of time is not considered, even like a moment, to one who puts his heart and his mind well to the flight of time, faster than a bird in flight. And we need to strengthen ourselves greatly in order that we not forget all the goodnesses and kindnesses and miracles and wonders that God has shown to you. Be very, very careful and guard your soul. Be very, very careful and guard your soul carefully, not to forget at any moment the powerful kindness and mercy that God has done for you to draw you near to the true tzaddik. Indeed, all our days would not suffice to give thanks and praise for what God has done for you. Grab and eat the foods of the tzaddik. Each and every day, as much as it is possible, even in all the business and great preoccupations that you have. The husk of Haman Amalek wants to gain power in every generation through heresies and atheism, through the questions and investigations that are impossible to answer now in any way. But God fights against him in every generation and suppresses him through the true tzaddik. The aspect of Moses and Mordechai, who merited to such a great level until he can draw down the holy unity also into the very, very distant places, into the force of the strength and heresies and secular wisdoms of vanity that awaken and renew themselves in every generation. And these our generations, the author, reject appearances and nullify the mind. With God's help, 26th of Adar, 57:24, in honor of the President of Israel, in the honor of the President of Israel, my eye and heart, Mr. Z. Shazar, who stands at the head of those who believe in the tzaddik, who is the governor and ruler over all Israel for every generation, who pours out upon them from the waters of his wisdom, which are awesome and wondrous, cures and remedies that have not yet ever been revealed in the world, and in the future they will be revealed in perfection through the King Messiah. Happy are you that you merited to this, to flee and to escape from the opposition of the questions against the tzaddik that derive from honor-seeking and arrogant people, the hypocrites and liars and brazen-faced, the hypocrites and liars and brazen-faced. Are you distance Israel from the true tzaddik? the aspect of Moses, through which they ruin and destroy the world, which was created only for the tzaddik. Who has the power to draw the whole world near to God and His Torah and the essence of perfection, peace and long life and all good, the blessed Creator. And I and you know the inner yearnings of your good and straight heart, that understands and sees from afar, that yearns and longs and desires to nullify and to cast aside your own mind and intellect completely, and to draw upon yourself and upon all Israel the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of prophecy, of the true tzaddik, the unique one in the world, who descends upon the uttermost depths to raise up the souls from there and to elevate them higher than the highest heavens. Who can lay out His praise? Who can relate His awesome greatness without example? Oh, the arousal and yearning for the uttermost truth that is hidden and buried in the depths of your heart, that understands and sees from afar, has caused to be aroused in my heart a powerful yearning for you without end or limits, that never will falter, that never will falter. Such a true love that has no other example in the world, a holy love, bright, clinging, pure and polished, without any ulterior motive of honor or of money or of anything of the matters of this world at all. And due to the power of this wondrous love, you do not budge from my thoughts and my heart even for a moment, and I always look forward and await and desire and yearn and pray for the salvation of your soul. And the main thing is to put and to shine into your heart the light of the true tzaddik, Yuman, who's the main salvation in perfection and the cure for everything in body and in soul, in this world and in the next for eternity. When one examines and speaks about the new teachings that the true sage has innovated, Nachma meyuman, they in the sea of wisdom, which is the source of fear of God, is aroused and revealed, and then fear of God falls upon the one who speaks about and examines the novel teaching. The author, redemption, is revelation of the tzaddik's light. With God's help, the 18th of Adar, 57, 1201 form. In honor of the President of Israel, the longing of my heart and my eye, Mr. Shin, Zayin Shazar, may God enlighten your heart. Where yeth the light of the wisdom of the tzaddik, that will be revealed. May God enlighten your heart, the light of the wisdom of the tzaddik, that will be revealed in the future to perfection by the King Messiah. And may He open your eyes to His Torah and lead you in the ways of His advice. And may you merit speedily to water the whole world with the waters of His wisdom, through which the world will be rectified completely. At this time, our entire rectification is only through the great tzaddik, who can descend into the depths of the descent of each person and rise him up with his amazing wisdom to the ultimate essence of ascents. And if the whole world would nullify itself to Him, then already everything would be completely rectified. But because of our sins, not only do people not nullify themselves to Him, but just the opposite. The arrogant ones, the liars and brazen-faced, argue and say vicious curses and lies and degradation and slander against the true tzaddik and his man, the truly proper ones of the generation, until the truth is thrown to the ground. And this causes all the damage in the world, and from there ensues the main persistence of the exile. And now all our hope is that everything will be rectified through our righteous Messiah, who will reveal the light of the tzaddik throughout the world, and will nullify the controversy, and will make a wondrous peace in the world by nullifying one's honor for everything in the ultimate sense. To one literally is the aspect of dust. One merits to nullify the falsehood and reveal the truth, and then he will merit to draw near to the tzaddik, and to live a good life. Whoever wants to go in the way of the truth and will have pity on his eternal life and truth. He must be strong and brave, and a very valorous fighter, to stand like a pillar of iron against the obstacles, and not to look at the people of the world, and not at his father and father-in-law and his wife and other obstructors who want to distance him from the truth. Tzaddik, the truth tzaddik, human of extraordinarily great stature, girds himself very powerfully to raise up even the most alienated, who are lying at the lowest and least worthy level, where they have descended to the aspect of death, literally. God forbid, and this is the main perfection of his high level. For it is impossible to rise higher and higher except by being able to descend farther and farther in order to elevate. And gather together even all those who have been pushed away and totally alienated, and to connect also them to God and his Torah in perfection, and know that the whole essential redemption of our souls in the most individual sense, and the redemption of the generality of all the souls of Israel depends only on this, that the light of the true tzaddik be revealed and shine throughout the world, and to raise up the banner of the tzaddik in the world, until everyone will be informed that by coming close to the true tzaddik, all the amazing and awesome lights that in the future will be illuminated by our righteous Messiah will shine upon the person. Now in our generations, in this orphaned generation, when Israel has arrived at the essence of descent and concealment within concealment, until they have fallen wondrously to a place so distant from the holiness of Israel, to where Israel never before has descended in history. All this essentially is due to the old and foolish king, who is the source of all defilements of heresy and apostasy, and false beliefs of the legions of falsehood and brazenness, who pursue after glory and power and fight with impudence, and brazenness, who fight with impudence, chutzpah, impudence and brazenness, to distance and separate the souls of Israel from the true tzaddik, who is the main source and roots of their life and salvation for all generations, for eternity. And this is a terrible sin, more than all the strictest violations of the Torah. And through this they cause all the heresy and atheism, and all the afflictions and destructions that come to Israel physically and spiritually, and delay the final and complete redemption. For the main redemption depends only on revelation of the light of the truth tzaddik, and the drawing of the souls of Israel near to the truth tzaddik, so that all Israel will come near to him, for he implants within them the complete faith, completely holy, through which they merit to comprehend God, for he introduces divine comprehension also into the completely distant and alienated. And alienated the author Yisroel of Edessa, the tzaddik's lies. Nullifies atheism with God's help. The 26th of Adar 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, treasure of my eye and my heart, Mr. Shin Oizi Serzar, who stands at the peak of those who believe in the true tzaddik. Nachman Meyoma, the ruler and governor over Israel for all generations, who sends forth streams and pours out upon them from the waters of his wisdom, which are precious and wondrous, remedies and cures that never before have been revealed in the world, and who digs with self-sacrifice, with many exertions and schemes to publicize and to glorify and to bring honor to and to enhance the name of the true tzaddik, in all the worlds. Happy are you that you merited this, to flee and to escape from the heresy and opposition and skepticism and doubts against the tzaddik. All of which is due to the honor seekers and the arrogant, the hypocrites and the liars, who oppose and dispute and speak lies against the tzaddik, arrogance and scorn, and all their effort and toil is to distance Israel from the true tzaddik, the aspect of Moses' Messiah, through which they destroy and ruin the world which was created for the tzaddik. Who can draw the whole world near to God and Israel, to their Father in heaven, peace and all good. You merited to a high office and to be a chosen officer in the treasury of the tzaddik. The true sage, and you dig with awesome efforts and many devices to inform and to reveal his good treasure house to all the worlds, until everyone will know God, and you undertake many schemes to publicize and to glorify and to enhance and to honor the name of the tzaddik. Through the tzaddik, meaning through the prophetic and Holy Spirit of the true tzaddik. We merit to believe in the principle that God constantly renews the world, and the concept of natural law is nullified, and God leads the world through providence and wonders, specifically now in these our generations, when the primal defilement of heresies and atheism and false beliefs of the honor seekers and the arrogant has become so powerful, until Israel has arrived at the depths of descent and concealment, and through this they cause all the heresies and atheism and the afflictions and the destructions. However, immediately in opposition to this, the light of the tzaddik, which delights and enraptures the soul, has already begun to sprout forth with wondrous lights that are very bright and supreme, that give life, that heal one's body and soul, and they purify from the ultimate source of defilements of the heresies and false faiths and foolishness of the liars, who chase after their own honor and who fight with brazenness to distance and to separate Israel from the tzaddik. The true shepherd, who is the main source and root of their life and their salvation for all generations, forever. The author. Holocaust of Hitler Amalek, with God's help. The 27th of Adar, 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, my eye and my heart, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, who stands at the peak of those who believe in the tzaddik, the ruler and governor over all of Israel for all generations, who pours upon them cures, who pours upon them cures, and awesome and wondrous remedies that never before have been revealed in the world. Happy are you that you have merited this, to flee and to escape from the poison of the opposition and the questioners against the true tzaddik. That derive from the honor seekers and the arrogance, the hypocrites, the liars, and the brazen, who distance Israel from the true tzaddik. The aspect of Moses' Messiah, through which they destroy and rule the world, and through which they destroy and ruin the world, and because of which has multiplied all the heresies and atheism, and all the decrees and affliction, and the Holocaust of Hitler Amalek. May his name be obliterated. The tzaddik rules over Israel for all generations. With God's help, the 28th of Adar, 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, or the daughter of my eye and my heart, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, who stands at the head of those who believe in the tzaddik, who rules and governs over all of Israel for all generations, and who pours upon them from the waters of his wisdom that never before have been revealed. Happy are you that you have merited this, the tzaddik's main perfection. With God's help, evening of 15th of Iyar, 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, or the delight of my heart, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, who yearns and longs for the awesome beggar who has broad shoulders, who carries us from all the places that we have fallen into, the aspect of above space. Happy are you that you have merited to this, with great mercy and miracles, peace and good life. Know, my brother, that the true tzaddik, great and awesome and extremely high stature, with a perfection beyond which there is none greater, can lower himself very, very much in order to elevate even those most estranged, who lie on the least worthy level, extremely low, who have fallen literally to the aspect of death. And this is the main perfection of his great level, for it is impossible to ascend higher and higher except by being able to descend lower and lower, in order to elevate and to gather also all the most extremely estranged and alienated people, and to attach and to attach also them to God in perfection, the author, the essence of the complete redemption, with God's help, evening of 15th of year 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, the delight of my heart, Mr. S. Zishazard, who yearns and longs for the awesome beggar with broad shoulders, who carries us out of all the places into which we have fallen. So the aspect of being above space, happy are you that you merited to this, with miracles and great mercy, blessing, life, and peace. Now in these are generations in which Israel has come to the ultimate level of descent and concealment until we have fallen to such distant places into which Israel never before has fallen. And all this is due to the old and foolish king, who is the source of all defilements of heresies and atheism and false faiths, of the princes of falsehood, who pursue honor and power and fight with impudence and brazenness to distance and separate the souls of Israel from the true tzaddik Nachma Meyuman, who is the main source and root of their life and salvation for all generations, for eternity. And this is a very terrible crime, worse than all the most severe sins in the Torah. And just by this they have caused all the heresies and atheism and all the afflictions and destructions that have come upon Israel. And through this they delayed the redemption, which depends only upon the attachment of all Israel to the true tzaddik, who introduces into us holy and amazing faith, through which we merit to comprehend the divine, even all the distant and completely alienated. For the whole essence of the complete redemption depends only on this, that the light of the true tzaddik be revealed and shine in the world, until all Israel will attach to him, for through a true connection to the true tzaddik, shine all the amazing lights that in the future will shine through our righteous Messiah. For the whole essence of the complete redemption depends only on this, that the light of the true tzaddik be revealed and shine in the whole world, in order to raise up the banner of the tzaddik in the world, until all the souls of Israel will draw near to him, and for through a true connection to the true tzaddik will shine all the awesome lights that in the future will shine through our righteous Messiah, the true tzaddik of great stature, outstanding and powerful, and extremely high, in the essence of a stature that has no level beyond it. Only he can accomplish all this. The author, praise of the tzaddik, with God's help, the 23rd of year 5724, in honor of the President of Israel. In honor of the President of Israel, the delight of my heart, Mr. S. Z. Shazar, who sharpens and deepens his mind's eye to distinguish and to understand the real truth. Bright and clear, in order to heal and to repair the broken pieces of his soul and the souls of Israel who wander around outside in the midst of the flood of raging waters, and there is no one to gather them home. Happy are you that you have merited to taste the pleasant truth, and happy are you that you have fallen to the lot of the tzaddik, this awesome wonder, who does with you great and awesome wonders, to give you life and to draw are you near to God, peace and a true, new and refreshing life. Know that when one speaks with and persuades his friend about fearing heaven, all the words that he speaks with his friend are made into a book. Through drawing near to the true tzaddik, when one comes to fear of heaven, and through this he does not fall from his greatness, and he rises higher and higher, and he rises higher, and his prestige increases, and his enemies will be suppressed and fall under him in the merit of serving the tzaddik. A person is saved from death. One who wants to do a favor for the tzaddik, the Holy One, blessed be He, gives him strength for this. One who brings a gift to the tzaddik, the Holy One, blessed be He, gives him a content spirit, sometimes through one single bit of contentment, and the little that one does for the tzaddik. A person merits to attain the next world The substance of the person is recognized through his attachment. When they see to whom he is attached, the praise with which they praise the tzaddik is as though they praise the Holy One, blessed be He. The fact that the disputers speak against the tzaddik is a great honor for the tzaddik. All the levies, taxes, levies. All the levies, all the levies that the Gentiles take from Israel are only because of the blemish that they caused to the honor of the tzaddik. Says a certain thing, as long as the idea is not fulfilled, for its time has not yet come. This idea is as if engraved in the supernal world, but it does not shine clearly, and when the time comes for it to be fulfilled, then the idea begins to shine brightly. Always incline yourself to save the pursued. One should not respect a contentious person, even if he is a scholar. In a place of argument there is found the Satan, the Satan. Through the dispute against the tzaddik, wars are aroused. Sometimes through the lowliness that a person descends to, or that others kabavas him, through that they annul from him a decree of death. Humility leads to long life. Humility leads to grace. Humility adds to one's prestige. Humility causes heaven to be less scrupulous about one's deeds. The good path with God's help, the 18th of Tammuz, 5724, in honor of the President of Israel, the pleasant one of my heart, Mr. S. Z. Shazar, who lowers himself and throws down his own honor, for the sake of everything pertaining to the benefit of the projects and affairs of the true tzaddik and leader, who has the attractive power to attract and to draw the whole world near to God, peace and long life, a good and true life, my beloved, my brother, my soul, and my heart. Do not delay the mitzvah that God has sent to you for your benefit, and be hasty to do it for the sake of heaven without delay. For certain, you will have a proper portion in everything that will be born from this. Strengthen yourself to request wisdom from the true sage, the great wanderer of all the generations. And hear and listen to his words, and hear and listen to his words and advice. Day and night his memory should not depart from you, and you should place him always before your eyes. Balance your feet to strengthen them out in the direction of the truth, and from the path of falsehood flee and take distance. Do not delay in being a good friend to those who truly fear God. Stick to their relationship always. Stick to their friendship always. Stick to their friendship always. Especially on the holy Rosh Hashanah that is coming soon. Be a good friend to the true fears of God. Always cling to their friendship, especially on the holy days of Rosh Hashanah that are coming. Balance out your feet to strengthen them on the path of the truth, and from the path of falsehood flee and take distance. The author, war against obstacles, is to attaching to the tzaddik. Eve of the Holy Shabbos, the 5th of Tishrei, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, the pleasant one of my eye, Mr. S. Z. Shazar, who is not hungry for bread or thirsty for water, rather just to hear the voice of the true sage, the unique wonder of all the unique sages of the generations, whom God has sent to our latter generations to redeem us with a complete redemption, after which there is no exile. May the one who creates anew renew you and your household with a new and sweet year, and body and soul. I receive your heartfelt blessing, along with a check for the amount of 100 Israeli liros. And this caused me great satisfaction and happiness from the depths of my heart. I express to you great things, 7 blessings. May the Master of Mercy and the Master of Salvations shine upon you the light of the Tzaddik, and may you merit anew to bind and connect with all your strength to the Tzaddik, and his proper and true followers. For his very great and awesome strength gives eternal salvation to all who find refuge in him. Oh, happy are you, oh, through your strong will and yearning overcame. Oh, you with great stubbornness all the obstacles and walls of iron, and came on Rosh Hashanah also this year to the Tzaddik, who informed us that there is nothing greater than this. This is a great gift to you from God. Accept it with love and joy each and every year, all the days of your life. May God merit us to prepare ourselves already from now to come to the Tzaddik for next Rosh Hashanah. Our bodies may be far apart, but our hearts are very close, and God knows the truth, that you always are found in the depths of my heart, every day and every moment, without interruption, in prayer and yearning for your salvation and eternal success. Your loving friend in truth, oh, your loving friend in truth, with all my heart and soul, Yather, Nachnachmo, Yuma, Inanach, Nachnachmo, Yuma, Nanach, Nachman, Meyuma. Attaching to the tzaddik, attaching to the.
Can I offer you a drink? Why not? Offer you a drink.
Attaching to the tzaddik with God's help. Rosh Chodesh Shvat 5725 in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and life force, Mr. Shneur Zalman Shazar, who has found grace in the eyes of God, who has given him a wise and understanding heart to understand and to recognize the real truth. Oh, bright and clear, and to recognize the real truth, bright and clear, without any blemish at all, which is the source of our healing and vitality. May God draw upon you and your household salvation and mercy and a good and long life due to the strength of the connection and the love awesome and unique in the world, and the love awesome and unique in the world due to the strength of the connection and the love awesome and unique in the world that God has made between me and you. My heart is very close to you and is drawn after you with great desire and powerful yearning, so much so that I see you always every day at every moment, so much so that I see you always every day and at every moment, so much so that I see you always every day and at every moment, so much so that I see you always every day and at every moment. For because of this strong love, I cannot bear it all not to see you always, and my soul caresses and hugs you with the words of my mouth, with warm prayers and supplications from the warmth, oh yeah, depth of my soul, that God should grant you success in everything you do. And the main thing is that you succeed with eternal success, to bind yourself to the truth, to the chosen true head, with strong desire and self-sacrifice, until you merit that through you the truth will be publicized and revealed throughout the world. For upon this depends the main rectification of the world in perfection. God at first illuminates the great hearts and mind of the nation, which has a broad intellect and a wise soul, and afterwards the light spreads out until it will reach all the limbs, meaning to the heart of all Israel and to all the world, the author, the qualities of Eretz Yisrael. With God's help, Rosh Chodesh Kislev 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, my eyes and heart, Mr. Shneur Zalman Shazar, who shows mercy he too, and honors with all sorts of grace, who shows mercy too. and who shows mercy to and honors with all sorts of grace and glory the true guardians of the city, who love him with great and abundant affection, because with the great preciousness of his supreme soul he merited to distinguish and understand the real truth, which is a secret new weapon that conquers and kills all the falsehood and ultimate sources of defilements, of false faiths and secular wisdoms that destroy and ruin the world, with heresies and atheism, and bring all the afflictions and evils in the world, May God have mercy upon us. Peace and blessing and all good, my dear heart. It has been a long time, and that writing has been very difficult for me, for the illness of old age has overcome me exceptionally. My eyes have dimmed, and my hands have weakened, and my knees have stumbled, and my strength has flagged and faltered from day to day. God knows how much you are residing in my heart always, and my heart is broken and crushed and full of bitterness that I have not succeeded in fulfilling your desire to give you life and to rejoice your soul with the words of the true sage and leader, who consoles and rejoices and sustains the soul of every living thing forever. With all my heart and soul I express and arrange before you my faithful blessing, a blessing of welcome to your very dear and honored brother, from whom God has done great things and merited him to come and tread on the holy soil in the land of our desire, and life, our resting place and our hope, the place of our holy faith and wisdom, the place prepared for wisdom, and to recognize the truth, the place from which will go out the light of truth to everyone in the world, the place to which the eyes of all Israel are raised. And may you bear a blessing from God and his wondrous kindnesses for your benefit in this world and the next. On your 75th birthday, may God add to you and your household a good and long life, a new life, pleasant and refreshed, a life of blessing and success, pleasant and refreshed, a life of blessing and success, a life of blessing and success in everything that you put your hands into for the benefit of our people and our land, a life in which you will merit to break all the concealments and obstacles and preoccupations and delays from coming close to the point of the truth, a life in which you will merit to put into your heart and into the hearts of all the people the light of the true tzaddik who is the main life force and sustenance of the world, and our main redemption and the salvation of our souls, through whom the world will become completely new. For he will overturn the whole world from falsehood to truth, from total denial to complete faith, from darkness to great light, speedily in our days. Amen. The blessing of your loving friend and servant, faithful and dedicated with all my heart and soul, in truth, the author, True Love, the 14th of Adar, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and life, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, about whom all Israel exalt and proclaim and exclaim wondrously his praise with all sorts of grace and love, because he has donned himself with fierceness and a spirit of strength, like a valiant warrior, to glorify and to sacrifice and to sanctify the name of God in all the worlds, and to raise up the honor of his holy Shabbos and the honor of his people Israel in the eyes of all the nations, blessing and peace and a long and healthy life and all good from the great connection and the true love. Awesome from the great connection and the true love. Awesome and unique in the world that God has made between me and you. My heart is very close to you and is drawn after you with great desire. The author, I seek refuge under the wings of the Savior of Israel, with God's help, the 18th of Iyar, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and life. Mr. S.D. Shazar, dear in God's eyes, like an only son, like a precious son, because of his great yearning and desire, that he desires and yearns with all his heart to seek refuge under the wings of the true sage, the Savior of Israel, the Savior of Israel, from generation to generation, who is their main life force and rectification and sustenance, who is their main life force and rectification and sustenance, and the life force and root of all the creation, and the life force and root of all the creation. May the Master of mercy strengthen your power and your health, and add to you and to your household life and length of days and good years. Due to your great humility, I trusted to come and to speak before you that which God will put under my quill. The author, Yisrael Doivoidese, Nanach Nachman, Nachman Meyuman, Nanach Nachman, Nachman Meyuman, Nanach Nachman, Nachman Meyuman. Ay, open the eyes, and heart. Open the eyes. Open the eyes and heart of Israel. With God's help, the 23rd of Iyar, 5725. In honor of the King of Israel, the crown of my head, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, dear in the eyes of God, like a wife to her husband, due to the great force of his desire that he yearns with all his heart for the true leader and sage, who throws down the arrogant and raises up the unworthy and lowly, and who gathers and collects all the lost and alienated ones, and returns them to God and to his Torah, so that all will know God and will give to God the crown of his kingdom. May God guard over you, because of the tzaddik Nanach Nachmu Nachma Meyuman, who draws upon you kindnesses and new mercy, to extend your days and your years with pleasantness, without any lack. Know, my brother, and believe greatly that from the moment of the beginning of your conception in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you by the Creator that you will be king over Israel, on condition that with your broad and straight intellect and with your polished and glorious tongue you will open the eyes of hearts and heart of Israel, so that all of them will see and recognize the real truth, stored away and hidden and concealed from everyone. And through this only is the main redemption and salvation of our souls, and the rectification of the whole world in perfection. The author, the power of prayer, evening of the 24th of Iyar, 5725, in honor of the King of Israel, my head's crown, Mr. S.Z. Shazar, dear in the eyes of God, like a wife to her husband, because of the great force of your desire, with all your heart, for the true leader and sage, who throws down the arrogant and uplifts the lowly, and gathers and collects all the lost and alienated, and returns them to God and to his Torah, so that all will recognize and know God, and will give to God the crown of the kingdom. May God guard over you and the merit of the tzaddik. Who draws down upon you great and completely new kindnesses and mercy, to expand your days and your years without any lack at all. Know, my brother, and believe firmly that from the time of the beginning of your existence in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you by the Creator that you would be king over Israel, on condition that you will, that with the gift of your broad and straight intellect and your polished and glorious tongue, you would teach the people the awesome path of truth that God has made appear before your eyes through miracle and wonder for 7 years. Through miracle and wonder. Through miracle and wonder for 7 years. through miracle and wonder for 7 years, and that you would open the eyes and heart of Israel, that all would see and would recognize the real truth that is stored away and hidden and concealed from the eyes of everyone, upon which depends our redemption and the redemption of our soul, and the rectification of the whole world in perfection. The main honor and greatness of the kingdom is specifically through humility, and the more humility the king has, the more his kingdom spreads out. For this is the way of the kingdom, that each time it must put its humility before its honor and greatness. Just as every day when one rises from his bed, he is still in a condition of smallness, meaning that he is dressed in simple clothing, and also his face is not yet bright and clear before he washes it, and afterwards he fixes his appearance and wears respectable attire, and he expands his greatness in the manner of a king. Blessed is the one who revives the dead with great mercy. I shall relate to you in brief the amazing miracle that God did with me in his great kindness. 2 weeks ago my wife became very ill, and her illness became stronger from day to day, and the great doctor, Professor Elyakim, said that her situation was very severe and that she needed a hospital immediately. And we took her to the Hadassah hospital, and the doctors said to despair, for there was no hope for her life, for she was in her death throes without any feeling or senses at all. And we notified all the children and relatives to come and to be by her bed, and all of us cried, and our eyes filled with burning tears without respite. Still, despite all this, I strengthened myself with all my might, focusing steadily on faith and trust in God's help, that even if a sharp sword rests over a person's neck, he should not withhold himself with requesting mercy, and that even now in this type of situation, God is able to revive her and to heal her. And I strengthened myself greatly in prayer and repentance next to her bed almost the entire day of Friday. And on the night of the Holy Shabbos, she awakened and opened her eyes a little, and then began a slight change for the better. And slowly her situation gradually improved, but still she was in great danger until last Thursday. And now her situation is improving from day to day, and the doctors are saying that a great miracle took place here, above the normal limits of nature. From the depths of my heart I give thanks and praise to the God of thanks, the faithful and merciful healer, who returned to her soul with his great mercy, and who made wondrous kindness for me, and gave me a present from his treasure house of free gifts, with great miracles and wonders, in the merit of our holy teacher. May his memory be for a blessing, Nachman Miyuman, and in the merit of your prayers and your joining in my affliction with all your heart and your soul. I felt this strongly in my heart. Also I am standing, watch and praying always for your peace and the peace of your dear spouse and of your noble sister, that God should heal you all completely in body and soul, and should give to you a long life, a good life, in the merit of our teacher. The flowing stream, may his merit shield us, the author who looks forward to your salvation and well-being. Yisod of Odessa attached. So this is a letter from our dear friend Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Bender, the prayer leader on Rosh Hashanah. A letter of apology for the disgrace that they caused to President Shazam. About friendship. God's help, 25th of Sivan, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, the daughter of my eye and my heart, Mr. Esli Shazar, who is beloved in the eyes of God like an only son, like a precious son, and who boasts about him in all the worlds over the greatness of his desire, and burning heart to seek refuge under the wings of the true leader and sage, who raises up all the souls from the belly of hell, from their utter essence of physicality to the utmost heights of spirituality, blessing and life and peace. The main honor and greatness of the kingdom is through humility precisely. And the more humility the king has, the more his kingdom spreads out. In the place of your greatness there I find your humility, to be able to come and to speak before you that which God has put beneath my quill. Know, my brother, and believe that from the moment of the beginning of your existence in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you by the Creator that you would be president over Israel, in order that you have mercy on God's people with true mercy, and that with the greatness of your straight intellect and your polished and glorious tongue, you would teach the people the awesome truth that God has revealed before your eyes in many amazing ways through miracle and wonder for the last 7 years, and that you should open the eyes and hearts of Israel so that all will see and will understand the real truth that is stored away and hidden and concealed from the eye of everyone. That is the main life force and sustenance of the whole creation, and from which will sprout forth the final redemption of the people of Israel and the entire world, so that all will know God and will give him the kingdom's crown. I already have written to you concerning the love that God has made between us, for there are not to be found in all the world people who are faithful and true brothers like us. This was from God, from heaven. But we need to guard ourselves greatly that the love not become blemished, God forbid, even by a hair's breadth. For it is proper for us to love each other with extra strength and vigor, since we have merited to have some portion in the publicity and revelation of the light of the true tzaddik in the world, upon which depends the rectification of the world in perfection. Your faithful and loving friend, who seeks your peace and welfare, and who prays always for your health and success in body and soul for length of days and good years. Yisro doi voidesem. Nachmon meyuman. Nachmon meyuman. Nachmon. Page 193. Nachmon meyuman.